Welcome to your weekly energy update, and we're looking at the week of May 15th through May 22nd. And of course, these are also timeless, so if you're coming across this video outside of that time frame, I would still trust your intuition and watch the video because I'm sure there are messages for you. If you are watching this for that time period, on May 15th, we do have a full moon in Scorpio that actually has a total lunar eclipse. And a total lunar eclipse happens when the full moon moves into the Earth's shadow. So the Earth is standing in between it and the sun, and so it gets caught in the shadow. And the sun is still shining, the same amount of brightness, but we just don't see it because of the perspective we're having on the Earth. So what we're going to be looking into for this week's reading is, what sunshine are we currently overlooking? I'm going to jump into your specific sign right now and see what the Creator wants you to know. All right, Aries, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off by pulling a card here from these Power Thought cards by Louise Hay. And as a side note, all of the cards I use in a reading are listed in the description box below as well. So we will give these a shuffle and see what sunshine you're currently overlooking that you can become aware of for this week. All right, so for our Aries, what would you like them to know, please? Okay, actually, that's the one right there. It says, life is simple and easy. And I'll let you see that, and then I'll read that piece too. And that says, all that I need to know at any given moment is revealed to me. I trust myself and I trust life. All is well. And I really like that. So the message for this week for you, the sunshine that you're currently overlooking, is that life is a lot more simpler and easy than we make it out to be. That our ego, all these opinions of the outside world, all those expectations, is what makes life seem like there's so much going on. But what I love is that every moment is very simple. It's either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And when you bring it down into that simple and easy viewpoint, then you can understand that you have the power to choose in any moment which one you're going to go. And we'll look deeper into that, I'm sure. We're also going to pull from the I Am Everything affirmation card deck here and just see what else the Creator wants Aries to know for this week. Actually, they want these two for you. And you have I Am Inspiring. This is, I'm inspiring to those around me even when I don't realize it. When I'm welcoming, kind, and giving towards people, it inspires them to respond to me the same way. I am inspiring. I love that this is the same color as that heart there. And then also you have I am whole. And that one says, I am perfectly created. I am wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. And that's a good message here too. And it's funny, these colors here, this down below here, you can see like the earth and the sun. It's like this is the color of the earth and the sun, that much match up to those. But the I am whole, that everything that has happened in your life has unfolded for you. Even talking here about that any given moment it's revealed to you anything that you needed to know, that and that all is well. So this trust that comes in with this simplicity of life is that everything that happens in your life happens on purpose for a purpose, and that if you're experiencing something, it's because it is something that you wanted to experience. Now, it doesn't mean you have to continue to experience it, right? Every moment we have that choice, like I was talking about. Whatever situation comes our way, we get to control what choice we make on what story we apply to the situation and what emotion we're going to feel through it. And those are those two choices. Am I going to choose fear in a fear story around what's going on, or an unconditionally loving story that's going on? Am I going to choose a fearful emotion or an unconditionally loving emotion? And you get to choose between those two. We're also going to pull from these Sun and Moon Tarot, just see what more clarification the Creator wants to bring in here for you. And I love this, the inspiring piece of this too, is that whatever you choose in each moment is what you get back from everyone else, or what it appears, because everyone is a mirror for you. You don't see the world as it is. You see the world as you are. So when you choose to look at the world in an unconditionally loving way, you're like, wow, look how loving everyone is. When you choose to look at life in a fearful way, and in that moment, then you're like, oh my gosh, look how everyone's acting all defensive or attacking, the fight or flight stuff. And I've discovered that just reminded me of a big aha that I had when I was working in customer service in a call center. And I would be like, why is everyone just being so mean today? And I realized that I was in a bad mood. I was cranky. I was irritated. And so that's what all my customers were. But when I made that realization and I made an attitude adjustment, suddenly all my customers were joyful and friendly the rest of the day. And I was like, that's interesting. So let's see, what else for our Aries here? Okay, that one there, and I feel like they want these two as well, and they want that one too. Okay, what else? Anything else? Okay, and those three. Okay, now four. All right. So you got some messages coming in here. So we'll put these out down here, and then these up here. All right, and they do want me to start with this one right here. Yeah, and you've got the universe. This is like the world card in the standard tarot. And this is just ending of a major cycle and beginning of new. This is the major arcana card, which doesn't mean just a temporary little change for this week. This is like something that's changing for you. So this sunshine that you're realizing that is underneath this, maybe of late, you might have had some cloudy, stormy days where you have chosen the fear side and chosen to experience that. And no judgment, no harm, no foul in that. We come here to experience all that. But it's like you've realized, oh, you know what? Above those clouds is this bright, beautiful, sunny sunshine still going on. And I even like how all of these have flames all the way around it, if you can see that all the way. So there's flames all the way around. It almost looks like a little sun itself. But, above those clouds, there is the sun that's burning bright up there. And so this is this change that you're having, that whenever you feel like you're faced with a dark situation, that you can turn that around if you want to. You have that power. So I really feel like this week is the beginning of this ending of this cycle where you feel like you're out of control, where you feel like you're have no choice but to feel this way about that situation. Yeah, and then you have the King of Wands, more fire, and this is your energy, of course, Aries. And the King of Wands is the highest you can get in the Wands energy, which is the fire element. It's the drive, your ambition, your inspiration, your passion. It's your energy. And the king, of course, is in control of his energy. And I love how this is fitting into this, because this is saying that whatever you focus on is what grows. And so if you're focusing on what's lacking in your life and the storm that's going on and this chaos that's going on all around you, the fear that's going on around you, that's what grows in your life, instead of the other. You know, they always have that beautiful Native American story about, you know, a grandfather was talking to his grandchild and was telling him that, you know, every person has two wolves inside of them, a white wolf and a dark wolf, and they're always fighting. And the grandchild was like, well, Grandpa, who wins? And he goes, whichever one you feed the most. And that's what this energy is. Whatever you invest in, whatever you focus on, is what you're feeding and what you're growing, right? So I love that this is about this power that you hold in your hands. Literally, he's holding the torch in his hands. And then you have the Two of Cups, and this is love. Cups are your emotions, and the Two of Cups is basically showing that there's two places that you get to choose from in your life on what you want to choose in your emotions. Like I was talking about earlier, you have a choice in any situation. You know, we either choose of that fear of the human side of us that is rooted in fight or flight and in all those popular opinions of the outside world, all those expectations of this is how you should feel, this is how you're supposed to feel, this is how you need to feel, this is how you must feel, versus, you know, love, unconditional love, right? Of the higher realms, your spiritual side of yourself. So the Two of Cups is like showing you these two cups that you can drink from. Do you want the sweet or the sour? You get to choose which cup you drink from in any moment. And yeah, sometimes we're like, you know what? I'm in the mood for sour, so bring it on. And then other times you're like, oh my God, you know, I definitely want a sweet drink instead. And then you have the Four of Swords. And okay, so we talked about cups and emotions, and then you have swords, which is your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, right? And this is your expectations. And so we're talking about this is the emotions you choose in any moment, and this is the thoughts, the story that you apply to any situation. And what's great about this is that, you know, it talks about truce up here. This is where the truce of the mind comes in. Think of fours as like a solid table of four solid legs. That table is a very strong, stable table. Normally you would see like three swords up on the wall and him sleeping on the Ace of Swords, which is in the Standard Tarot, is how they picture it. But what that represents is those three swords are those expectations of the outside world. You know, relationships defining you, situations defining you, and your worth, and things like your body, your possessions, your bank account defining you. And all three of those swords disappoint us and cut. Because the Three of Swords card right before this is what I call the expectations card. Usually they have like a big heart with the three swords just stuck into it, which is the prick of disappointment that we feel when things don't turn out the way that we were told that they were supposed to, right? When you do those things. And that's because those things are unstable. You know, relationships, people change or pass away. Situations never stay the same, and things in our bodies break down, deteriorate, burn down, or are stolen. So all those things are unstable. But what's great is that when he sleeps on the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords does two things. One, it allows you to connect to the capital T truth of the higher realm of unconditional love. And it also allows you to cut away the small t truths of that human side. You know, like the two cups we were talking about here. There's like two choices to make in your thoughts too. And this is about that you have connected to those higher knowledge, that higher wisdom, those higher beliefs, and that's what bringing this peace of mind in for you during this week. And that's what's making you realize, wow, this is pretty simple and easy compared to what I thought before. And then you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, beautiful. Cups are, of course, we talked about your emotions. The Queen of Cups, not only is she the queen of the water element, but all of the queens and all the minor arcana all are also water. So you have double water, double emotion. And here's this beautiful full moon that we're talking about. And here's that full moon too, full moon in Scorpio. You get to dive deep. You know, of course, Scorpio is a water sign. So you're able to dive deep into your emotions and understand them. But she's also like right neck and neck with the high priestess in the deck, one of the most connected to the spiritual realm, connected to her spiritual gifts. So this is about connecting to that higher place. So this week, what really helps you with all this, especially when we're talking about connecting to the capital T truths, you connect through the spirit realm, through your heart, through the heart chakra, through our heart and our emotions. And so this is definitely this little nudge saying, yeah, focus on that connection. That is what allows you to see things from a different perspective. Yeah, 5 of Wands. So 5s are all about transformation of perspective, seeing things from a different angle. Wands, right above the wands here, this is your passion, your beliefs, your energy. And whereas before, this is like a conflict card. Usually there's like 5 people fighting. You have all the wands that are there. Usually I see like a little kung fu movie when I see this card in my head, where there's, these 5 individuals with their 5 staves, and they're all battling, and they're so intense. It looks like they're really trying to hurt one another. And they finally get down to one person barely standing. The other 4 are laying on the ground, just exhausted. And then they all start busting out laughing. And you're like, what is going on here? Isn't this like conflict? This is strife, like it talked about. There's this angst between each other, isn't there? But then you see them put away their stabs, and then they all gather together, and buddy, they all walk back on a path to the monastery meal hall and to have a meal together. And then you realize you transform from what you thought was conflict. You see it from a different perspective. Instead of seeing it from a place of fear, now you see it was because they had this love for one another. They were willing to battle with each other, to train with one another, to develop their skills. And so that's this transformation that's happening from looking at things from fear to looking at things from a place of love. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, beautiful. Pentacles is your outside world. It's all about abundance here. I mean, this is one of the most beautiful, successful, rewarding cards. So this is basically saying that you feel, as you discover this, you feel this abundance in your life where you didn't feel it previously. And what that means is, when you're looking at things from that place of fear, that there's all this stuff that's supposed to be and should be and need to be, we live in a place of lack and a place of disappointment, right? Like we talked about with the 3 of Swords, with those expectations on the heart getting pricked with that disappointment. But when you change and you see that you have this unconditional love that lives within you, and you have the power to choose in every moment, suddenly it doesn't matter what you have in your life. You can choose to see the abundance. You can choose the gratitude for what you do have, and where you would move from a place where you thought, I'm missing so much in my life and I need all this stuff and I need to work 3 jobs to get it, to like, I'm so grateful for what I do have. You're able to enjoy life very much more into this simple and easy way instead. And then you have the 6 of Wands. So more Wands energy, this fire energy coming in, which is yours. It makes sense. Again, you are a fire sign. The 6 of Wands is all about recognition. It's about seeing that you are recognized, and it's not by the outside world. One of my favorite decks, at least one of my cards, I can't remember which deck it is because I have so many, but they actually showed someone on a stage and they are under the spotlight, and the audience is just outlined like almost like they're transparent, like it's empty, but the big spotlight from above, from the spiritual world, is shining down, and they're looking up at that. And there's the 6 of Wands is about movement from one shore to another, right? So it's like before you would look at the recognition that you were searching for from the outside world. But when you realize, again, it's disappointing because people's opinions are fickle. People change constantly and people pass away. So if you're looking for your recognition from them, it's going to be an unstable recognition. But when you look to the higher worlds, when you connect to the spiritual world, that is what is stable. That is what is eternal. That is what is unconditional, right? Because there's no conditions. Nothing you can do to earn any more of it. Nothing you can do to lose it either, because you have it all right now. And there are zero conditions. It just takes one condition to make unconditional love conditional. And so unconditional means zero conditions. And so this confidence that you have, this recognition that you have from the heavenly realms, you're just like, wow. And it just allows you to see things in such a different perspective. So this is a beautiful week. There is definitely this bright sunshine that is just glowing inside of you. You got all this fire and this giant sun. You're ready for this transformation. You're ready to get this power back and not feel like you're on this out of control drama train about to leap off the tracks and blow up in a gorge. You're ready to see that this is a beautiful flow, that everything that's unfolding is happening for you, not happening to you. And you get to move from feeling like a victim into feeling just totally supported and recognized. So I love this for you, Aries. Do I have anything else to add to that? I do want to let you know, though, if you're looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out monthly readings for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those messages and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click this like button. Also click the subscribe button. That gives you access to this notification bell. When you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love and helps get those messages out to the people that need to hear them as well. It also helps my channel grow. It's because when you like a video, you share a video, you comment on a video, or you subscribe to a channel, doing any of those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited, wants to share those videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am definitely grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all of that information is listed in the description box below. All right, you beautiful Aries, as you're going through this amazing week of sunshine, please know every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. You have an amazing week. I'm sure we'll be talking with you very soon, but until then, you hang in there and you take care.